Okay, so moving along, back with a default scene again. Let's see here. Okay, so now we covered, I skipped everything to the left over here. I don't want to go into that right now. And we covered the manipulators and the action center, the pivot point. Okay, this next one over here, what is this called again? It says manipulate center points, object in pose mode only. Well, this is where this thing comes in to my world. It's when I have it turned on and I don't want it on. Like if I'm scaling and I'm wondering why isn't it scaling, it's because this thing I accidentally turned it on. And so now I can go back to scale it. So let's just skip over that for now, because I'll be honest, I'm not an expert in how and where you use that. I forget there's a reason for that, and I'm sure I'll cover it another time once I figure out what that is. For now, if you're having this problem and things aren't working, you're trying to rotate, you're trying to scale, and nothing's happening, it could be simply this is turned on and you don't want it on. Alright, so that's just one little hot tip where ignorance is not bliss. Alright, so moving on to the next important thing, since we know about how to set up the manipulator. We know that these are the turning the manipulator on and off. We know that this is the position, rotation, and scale of the manipulator. Now that we know how to set the center, we need to then say, well, what is the orientation going to be of the manipulator? And of course, the default is global. And I don't want to sound like I'm speaking to kids here, but let's just take it really stupid simple, just to make sure that nobody gets lost. All right? For all the guys that know what this stuff is already, sorry. But global basically is just saying that everything is always up, straight exactly up, everything is always side to side, exactly side to side, or depth in and out, and everything is always side to side. That's global. Global just means, you know, in the simplest terms, it just means it's just there's only one way for there to be left and right, and only one way for there to be up and down or in and out. Okay, that's global. All right, so now the next one down or up in this list is local. So what local means is, again, I'm sorry for the pros out there, if you rotate something, now you have changed what up and down is. Local means, like for this guy, to him this is still up and down, and this is still in and out, or side to side, and this is still in and out. Okay, so that's what that is. If it's set to global, that means the world is still going up, but he's going sideways. And so, you know, we're moving him up and down and side to side, but he's still thinking that he's locally going this way. Okay, so that's why it's called local. Well, there's some other reasons for that too. But at any rate, the next one would be normal, and in this case it's going to be the same as local. And again, this is one of those things where you have to go in and talk about that specifically to see the difference. And then gimbal is one that I don't use that often, and that would require another video and me understanding it better as well. And then there is also view, which would be basically wherever you're looking. However you're looking at it, that's where it's oriented. So remember, this is the orientation of the translation, or the rotation or scale. Like, how is it being oriented? Is it oriented to world? Is it oriented to local, or a normal? And these other options. All right, so that's what that is.